Hello everyone, my name is Antonio Santos García, and in this video I want to talk about my recently restored 19th century square pianoforte. I am a professional singer, voice teacher, choir conductor, and an enthusiast of early music and historic instruments. I'm from Salamanca, Spain, where I teach and perform most of the time. I would like to thank the organization of Hipster for their warm invitation to be part of this launch event. In 2012, I had the pleasure to collaborate with the Irish World Academy of Music and Dance, performing Buxtehude's Membra Jesu Nostri in Limerick and Dublin and teaching a voice masterclass. Also, when in Limerick several years ago, I gave a recital with my colleague and historical keyboardist Dr. Jonid Kosowski, with whom I have a duo called Canto Romántico, devoted to Spanish songs from the classical and romantic periods. That trip to Ireland was very special and I have very fond memories of my time there. My research and performance of Spanish early songs with an original instrument is something I have wanted to further develop for many years, so I recently decided to acquire a pianoforte, restore it, and make it playable again. The instrument I acquired is a square piano. I am very happy for the opportunity of sharing this experience with you. This piano is built out of different types of wood, mainly pine for the mechanism and keys, and oak wood for the furniture. The strings, bridge, pegbox, and tuning key are made out of iron, combined with wood. No metallic frame is present, which would be the case in later pianos after the fortepiano developed into what we mainly know as modern pianos, both uprights and grands. The keys on my square piano look like ivory, but are actually made out of wood. The furniture is quite sumptuous, having been used woods of mahogany and lemongrass, along with oak. A golden border with the shape of a cord or a rope runs around the perimeter of the piano. The keyboard has 6 octaves and a total of 73 keys. 5 of these octaves are consecutive, but the 6th octave is split into 2 at both ends of the keyboard. At the lower part, notes expand F to C, and the higher end of the keyboard displays notes C to F. The piano has a pedal to raise the dampers and elongate the resonance. It is placed on the left side and it is meant to be actioned with the left foot. On modern pianos, this feature is located on the right side and the pedal must be actioned with the right foot. The piano can be played with the lid closed and open. Depending on your choice, you can obtain two different qualities. With the lid closed, the resulting sound is smaller, almost like a sordino or mute register. With the lid open, the instrument sounds louder, more brilliant and resonant. After its restoration, the pianoforte has been tuned at A415 in equal temperament. I was informed that this lower pitch, as opposed to A440, will help its preservation. Earlier in its life, it was likely tuned at a higher pitch. The soundboard has an engraved number, 1138. This is probably the serial number given by its manufacturer to this particular piano. There is a sticker underneath the piano showing the name of a moving business in Burgos, a city of Spain located in the autonomous community of Castile and Leon, with an address and two phone numbers that we can date around 1940 or 1950. We haven't found any other inscriptions. Sometimes on these pianos a plate is missing, but this is not the case. Unfortunately, the builder of this piano remains unknown, but from its features we can get some helpful information. According to keyboard specialist Eduardo Muñoz, this piano was probably built between 1802 and 1815. He finds the mechanism quite similar to the Clementi pianos of that time, even though the furniture doesn't look like a Clementi. Dr. Victor Javier Martínez López, who has done extensive research on early Spanish square pianos, has conducted a detailed photographic examination of this instrument. He suggests that it was constructed a bit later, around 1820 or 1830, built by José Rueders y Sobrinos in Madrid. Juan José Rueders was a Dutch entrepreneur and piano builder who established a company in Madrid in 1802. Among his clients was King Charles IV, an art and music enthusiast who hired Goya as chamber painter. King Charles IV played the violin in the wonderful Royal Palace Quartet, two violins, a cello and a viola, a rare set of decorated Antonio Stradivaris instruments preserved in the Palacio Real in Madrid. Serving the royal household was a musical sign of prestige. The company established by José Rueders still operating today just a block away from the Palacio Real, and their pianos of all times are very much appreciated. From this evidence, we can reach an educated conclusion that this piano could have been manufactured in the José Rueders workshop in Madrid. I have been able to track the latter part of the existence of this instrument. If our attribution to Juan José Rueders is correct, the piano was manufactured in Madrid, and it could have been originally dispatched somewhere else inside Spain, perhaps a provincial capital in central Spain, an area easily accessible from Madrid. We do know that in the 20th century the piano was located in a female convent in Palencia. How the piano ended up in a convent and when can be only guessed. It is plausible that it was part a nun story or an inheritance given to the convent. The convent was closed a few years ago due to the lack of vocations. The library and two pianofortes were sold for auction and were stored in either Bilbao or San Sebastián, in the northern side of the peninsula, and later bought by an antique bookstore in Segovia, a historic city northwest of Madrid. I bought this piano from the antique bookstore just a year ago, in the autumn of 2019. Its condition was quite good, especially for an antique, and if we consider that it might have over 200 years old. It has been restored by Eduardo Muñoz in Madrid and brought over this summer to my beautiful city of Salamanca. Most of the mechanism is original, but the pedal, felt and strings are new. The furniture hasn't been restored because their original condition is excellent. The mechanism had some non-professional interventions in the past that were removed by the latter restoration. Square pianos have been frequently overlooked, considered to be secondary instruments intended for amateurs, not meant to be played at professional concerts and events. They have been categorized as domestic instruments for private use, and many times meant to be played by women, letting both of them, women and square pianos, outside the mainstream history of music. In reality, square pianos have their own personality, quite different from other types of keyboard instruments in general and pianos in particular. Also, their importance must be re-evaluated because they are not secondary in any way and precisely because they were used both domestically and they were played by women. I feel we need to dig deeper into the history of music when it involved domestic performance and teaching practices, because there is a lot to be learned. I want to display some of this 19th century domestic music with the help of 21st century technology. Through a multi-screen video, I will perform now a vocal piece written by Nicola Bacai in 1829 for beginning singers. You'll see me singing in one frame and playing in the other.
Come il candore tintata neve ed un del core la fedeltà, un'orma sola che in sé riceve tutta ne invola la sua beltà, tutta ne invola la sua beltà.
I hope you have enjoyed this presentation as much as me. I am delighted to share with you the wonderful experience I had with this instrument and the music of the early 19th century. Thanks for watching.